Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is another educational part of today. We do this live streaming every day, and I want to take out time to say good morning to you all, especially the guys that are either joining us or you're currently in the West African time zone. I want to say a wonderful morning to you. I'm actually setting up my environment, so I might take a little bit of time. So give me a minute while I round up with that. Yeah. Alright, before welcome, there is something I'm trying out, and I will need feedback on that. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So today, all right. Today we'll be doing what we know how to do best, which is basically spending time on the chat. I want to apologize if the network is not so fantastic for you guys because I think my Airtel is really not doing a good job this morning, but at least it's keeping us going. All right, let me head back to the chat. I think I took a lot of time to set up my environment, share some of the links in some of my social media handles. Just give me a minute. I need to make sure that I have it all sorted out. Um, just give me a minute. I'm here. Just a minute. All right. Where are we on today's price action? Let me get my environment prepped and ready to go. Ready to launch, ready to go. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to delete some of the drawings I have here. This was from yesterday's price action for the guys that um, joined us yesterday. This is part of the setup we pointed out yesterday. It was unfortunate because um, I had plans of having an afternoon section yesterday, but pretty much I had power issues and that did not happen. I had power issues and that did not happen. So for today, just like any other day, we would take our time to go straight to the chart and mark out the important levels based off on the direction we expect price to go to. Okay. Ideally, let's start from the top, then we would analyze down to the bottom, right? So here on this is the S&P 500 setup. This was from yesterday, right? The S&P 500 setup we had here wasn't a success. As you guys can see, the main trend line we had for that guy, which is apparently this guy, price failed to violate it, and you can see since price failed to violate it, you can see that price pretty much has been trading up since then, which is expected because, of course, it means that the trend, the bullish trend that we have there is still in play. And of course, it's obvious. You can see that there was no violation of that of any sort. All right. Yeah, a couple of things I'm trying out. I don't know what. Who can comment? I don't know. There's comments on. I don't know. Mm-hmm. So what we do here is for educational purpose, of course. Education is the key, they say. So if you want to learn how to trade, this is the place for you. All right. Or just looking at S&P 500. I don't like the setup on S&P 500 this morning. I don't like the setup on S&P 500 this morning. So I would gladly leave it alone. Just because of the fact that it's not aligned at all. Today it's not aligned at all. At least for this morning section, I can tell that it's not aligned to what I expect. So for me, I will not be looking at S&P 500 this morning. One thing I would urge you guys to do is, if you're joining live, another thing you can do is whenever we speculate things here, you can write it down, because if we don't see the setup in the morning section, there is high chances that that might occur in the afternoon section. A typical example is the Euro USD trade we had for yesterday. And for the guys that joined in the live streaming section in the morning, I think we hinted on some setup that we might trade in the afternoon. But like I said before, unfortunately, I was not able to hold the live streaming section for the afternoon, which I have reasons why that did not happen. And the reason why it did not happen is those ones that you just can't help it, right? And that was why I did not come live to trade it. But regardless of it, I traded it on my own account, because of course I have a mobile phone. It's not like I only trade with my desktop. I only come to my laptop or desktop as the case may be, because I do live streaming sections and I cannot be doing live streaming on my mobile, right? It's not convenient for me, and I've not been able to figure out how to go about it. But if you guys know any app or software that I can use to live stream on mobile, please let me know in the chat section, and I would gladly appreciate, and I will check it out. All right, so just to give you context of it, this was the trade on the Euro USD. This is it here. We made about $7 on it. To be honest, my target on it was actually $10, right? I did not allow it to hit the TP, so I waited for it. So it was around in at night, late in the evening, thereabout. So I just thought about, let me just close it and take my profit. I left $3 in the market, which is fine. I don't have any issue with that. So, but today is a good day. It's a clean clean day. So we are starting on a clean slate. So for me, looking at S&P 500 and US 30 and US Tech, the three guys are not aligned at all in what I want to do. The only guy that might be a little bit aligned is this US Tech. But I have an issue with trading price that is not aligning itself with its pairs, all right? Like I told you guys yesterday, if you are trading any of the US indices, most especially in the likes of US Tech, US 30, and S&P 500, I will always advise, this is my own opinion, personal opinion. I'm not saying that this is casted on concrete. I'm not saying this is the best information you can get around it. But if you want to align yourself properly, it's always advisable, in my opinion, that you make sure that all of them are in line with what S&P 500 is doing. All right, that's my own personal observation. That's my own personal observation, right? But with that said, please, you guys let me know if you can drop message on this chat section, because I think I have some settings that I adjusted here. Or let me not do much here. I'll just revert back to the initial settings. I'll just revert back. I wouldn't want to mess things up here. So let's get back to while we are here. So that's that for me. My network is very crappy today. I hate it. All right, so yeah, I'm just apologizing, guys. My network is a bit crappy. All right, so apologies, guys, on that. So let's get back to the chat, and hopefully the network will be friendly today. All right, so for me, I'm not going to waste further time here. I'm just going to ignore these three: US 500, US 30, US Tech. We are not going to trade them this morning. Maybe in the afternoon section if we see a good setup. So we are going to ignore them, of course. So we'll go straight to UX oil. No need to waste time. We are going to be direct, precise, speed, execute, and that's it. There's no need to overanalyze things, or there is no need to come on. All Today's network is annoying. It's pretty annoying. I hate it. I hate today's network. I hope it's gonna be friendly going. Oh my god, can you imagine what's going on here? Ah man, my network is very crappy right now. Alright, so on UX Oil, what's going on here? Let's see. This is really messing up with my psych. I'm losing concentration here, guys. What's going on here? What's going on here? So on UX Oil, this network, please now. So on UX Oil, what do I have here? On yesterday we had a very nice expansion. We had some wiggle going on here. I'm not so interested in what's going on here. Today's price expanded. Yesterday expanded, right? And the expansion came from an interesting tight angled Friday here, of which price went up first, came back down, and okay. I think I would love to see what UX Oil is going to do, depending on what price is going to do, but I would largely speculate that UX Oil might go for a continuous buy. Maybe we might be looking for a buy on UX Oil if we consider the PD array, right? For the guys that know what we mean by PD array, that is, PD array in summary is just the point where we try to get, or we speculate where the bulls will be interested in buying from and where the bears will be interested to sell from. And as it stands now, the PD array I am seeing here, based on the previous day high and low, the price is currently in the bearish territory, and it doesn't make sense to be buying in the bearish territory. All right, it only makes sense to buy in the bullish territory. So what I would want to see on UX Oil would be price to come back down anywhere around there, then we can look for a buy. All right, but that means we need price to trade first of all. You see that red line there? We need price to go below it, then we'll now be looking for a good buy setup. But for now, nothing exciting is going on UX Oil. There is no need to waste further time there. There is no need for any higgy haga blah blah sheep have you any wood, right? All we need to do is focus on the information that are aligned with what we want price to do. So for me, UX Oil is a no for me. I'm not looking at it, at least for now. We might have to wait and see how price develops further before we take any action on that. Remember, if the price is not clear, it means it is not tradable. If the price is not clear to you that is analyzing it, it means it is not tradable. So as it stands now, we won't be spending much time on UX Oil. We'll leave it alone. I will go straight to the next item we have in our watch list. The next item we have here in the watch list is obviously, of course, DXY. What is DXY? DXY, as you guys know, is what? US index. All right, that's the UXD index. That's the dollar index, right? And what do we use DXY for? We use DXY to gain an idea of what dollar is doing in the general market. So when I mean in the general market, when it comes to the major pairs or any other pair that you know that is being paired against dollar, DXY pretty much sums up the performance and displays it for you on the chart. So for me, I'll be using the DXY analysis now to come up with the speculation that I would have or I would expect to see on the likes of the major pairs and the likes of Euro USD, British Pound USD, Aussie Dollar USD. Remember, everything I say here is not financial advice. All the content or all the information that I pass here is based on educational purposes. It's based on education. It's based on sharing knowledge. So don't take this and go feel like you can bank on it. Don't bank on whatever I say here. I'm a human being. I can be wrong. I know why I'm stressing it to say this, so that you understand that everything we do here is based on probability. Everything we do here is based on speculation. Everything we do here is based on technical analysis. Everything we do here is based on time theory. Everything we do here is based on risk management. All right, so you need to know all these things for you to be able to comprehend what I'm saying, or at least jump on it when I say let's jump on it. All right, so that you won't get disappointed or feel like I gave you wrong information, and I wouldn't feel good about that also. So that's why I'm stressing to say it right now. On the other hand, I love what I'm seeing here on DXY. I love it. DXY looks like is the guy we are going to be trading today. All right, considering the previous day high and low, considering where price is currently trading at, considering the internal structure I'm also seeing, considering the first quarter, everything on DXY is looking very attractive, which means, of course, it means any trade will be looking to take on the likes of the Euro USD or British Pound USD this morning. Most likely, I expect the setup there to be also attractive. All right, so with that said, if you love the content we do here and you're currently joining us live, I urge you to use the like button, like the video, subscribe even if you've not subscribed, so that you don't miss out on the awesome knowledge and educational content that we make here, right here on FX Adventure. All right, let's get back to the chat. I just wanted to take out time to mention that. And also, I want to take out time to apologize for my shitty, very, very shitty network this morning. It's very, very annoying, but I'm pretty much going to manage it. I can't do much. If I'm able to change it or snap my finger and make it better, of course, I'll be doing that, but I don't have that power to do that. All right. So since we see that DXY pretty much is looking good based on what we expect, based on what we see, the only thing I would want to do now is I'll take out time to draw out my trend line. All right, I'll draw out my trend line, then I'll place it there. And of course, if I'm going to pull this out, I'm going to pull it here. It's a very large one because the distance price needs to cover is very far. If we are picking our trend from this top, which is the previous day high, okay, if we are picking it from that top, it means we would need to see price action to develop all the way until it breaks that guy. All right, so what it means is that what we expect, this is what I expect on DXY. And I think I want to record this part of the video, so I'm going to record this part of our live streaming so that I can make a video out of it. So all right, so here on DXY, to whom it may concern, this is our expectation of what I expect price to do. So first of all, we've already pulled up our trend line. That's the guy there. That's our trend line there. And from what I see here, based on the external structure and also the internal structure, what I would expect price to do, and if price does otherwise, apart from what I'm about to say now, we are not going to be interested in it anymore. But if price does this exact thing that I'm about to point out now, which is what? If price trades out of this trend, out of this quarter, this Q1, trade the low. All right, maybe somewhere around there. It's not much he has to reach all the way down there, but he just needs to take out that low. Then we can expect a reversal. Whether they want to do it gradually or with momentum, I don't know. But most likely, I expect them to do it gradually, considering that this is the morning and maybe there might not be enough volume in the market. Immediately we start breaking out of this trend line here, that is when I would be buying aggressively, because it means that the trend, the downward trend is already broken, right? So this is if we are taking our hypothesis from the previous day high. On the other hand, if I clone this trend line and now I focus it on the internal structure high, which is the Q1 high of the day, all right, it means we would see something like this: downward movement, up, downward movement. Once it starts breaking out of this trend line, I'll be jumping on it. Of course, your TP should be at that high that you are picking your hypothesis from. All right, so those are the two options we have here on DXY. How does this trickle down to the major pairs? Because remember, I told you guys, I don't directly trade DXY. I use it to come up with an idea of what I expect to happen in the major pairs, all right? And just like I always tell you guys about currency correlation, you understand something that I'm about to say right now. For you guys that have been on this live streaming, you remember, I've not looked at any of the major pairs. I've not looked at Aussie dollar USD. I've not looked at Euro USD. I've not looked at British pound USD. But just looking at DXY, I can categorically tell you what is happening there without looking at it. All right, should we do that? All right, let's do that. Let's do that. So now, considering where DXY is, all right, what I expect to see on Aussie dollar or Euro USD or British pound USD is I will see a Euro USD that is currently trading at the previous day high or close to the previous day high. And of course, the expectation will be a selling pressure. So since we want to buy, since the setup here on DXY is looking like a buy to us, what we expect in the major pairs is the opposite direction because they correlate negatively. All right, it means that we expect a weak Euro USD, we expect a weak Aussie dollar USD, we expect a weak British pound USD. Let's look at Euro USD for example. Remember I told you guys we expect the Euro USD to be trading currently at either the previous day high or close to it. Let's go there. What do you see? What do you see? That's the previous day high there. Very simple. I don't need to look at it. I just see it. That is currency correlation for you. This is not me being proud. I'm just telling you guys knowledge. This is knowledge sharing. That's why I say if people that miss out the live streaming now that we are upcoming artists, people don't pretty much come around because I have. How many subscribers do I have? I don't even have much subscribers, right? But the point I'm just trying to make is what you know, right? And what you don't know, you don't know. So at least I know for sure that there is something they call currency correlation. I know for a fact that I've backtested it. I know for a fact that I spend time on the chart and I know how they react, with each other. So that's why I can categorically, confidently tell you the things that I tell you. All right? It's not me being proud. It's just me saying it. And this doesn't guarantee that I'm not a millionaire. I don't have the money you guys might think that I have. For any person that doesn't know me in person, But I know I'll reach there. I know this year is the year. I'm not being they say being optimistic or what's the word again prophesying goodwill. No, I'm just saying things based on the level of knowledge I have and how far I've grown. I think I need to stop recording now because I've gotten my thoughts forward. So let's go back to the live streaming again. I just wanted to record that part because I promised you guys that this year is the year we'll be making back to back videos, like seriously back to back videos. All right. Remember, if you guys have anybody that you feel like is going to be interested in the items we do here, please remember to share the link to the live streaming with your friends, your social media, your statuses, so that we can grow this community because there is need for us to grow and there is need for us to get more people on board because that's the whole essence of us kicking off or starting this in the first place. All right. So I just want to take our time to explain that to you guys. At least now we have an expectation of what we expect DXY to do. So since we've been able to get the market that aligns with what we expect, it only makes sense that we arrange it. So we're going to move it at the top of our watch list. So all the major pairs, we'll be moving them at the top of the watch list. All right, you can see me dragging them at the top of the watch list. So that's the expectation on DXY. Let's now look at Euro USD. So this drawing you see here was from yesterday's trade. This is it here. I took my profit around, where did I take that profit again? I took my profit around here. To whom it may concern, I know nobody cares anymore, but yeah, I took my profit around there. Yeah, but my TP was around there, so you can see the TP got hit around in the morning. That was in the morning. That was when the market reached our TP, but that's by the way. So we'll just keep this drawing here for record purpose and we'll leave it there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to draw out this trend line for Euro USD. We've already done that for DXY. And just by looking at DXY, we already know what we expect on Euro USD. We expect Euro USD to sell. All right, that's our expectation. Our expectation is not guaranteed. After all, yesterday we expected UX 500 to sell, and that wasn't the case. So not all of our expectation is always true, but most of the time, I'm not being proud, but most of the time it tends to align itself with our expectation. I mean, like price. All right, so let's just not waste time here. We'll just pretty much draw out the trend line here for Euro USD, and once you do that for Euro USD, I think we might be going down again to the items we'll have on the watch list. All right, so basically we'll buy. Let me pull out the trend line. Oh my god. Of course, similar to what we have on DXY, we will be picking it from the previous day low, and you can see how distant that trend line is. Very, very important that you note that. So I'm going to clone this trend line again because we have two trend lines on DXY, and I gave you guys reasons why we have that. I'm going to extend this trend line a little bit because I think price might take time before it breaks it, considering where it's currently at. Okay, and I want to point out something because I think this is part of the issue, not like an issue. This is similar to what we experienced yesterday. If you guys remember, for the guys that joined the live streaming yesterday, the S&P 500 trade that we took that stopped us out, we had the first trend line and we came up with another trend line, and that was the second trend line we came up with was the one that did not hold, that violated us. So I want to point out something, and the thing I want to point out here is that the main trend line that I would want us to use is this one here. This one that I just have here. This is the main. Let me even tag it. Let me tag it. So I'll call this main trend line. So this is the main trend line. Then we will now come up with another trend line. We'll call this trend line is it secondary? We'll call it secondary trend line. Okay. We'll call this partial trend line, or I don't know, secondary trend line. I don't know. We'll call it secondary trend line. All right. So what do I mean by main trend line, secondary trend line? Main trend line is actually the trend line that if it breaks, the chances of price really going down is high. The secondary trend line, on the other hand, is still valid, but we are only picking that secondary trend line. No, it's okay. The secondary trend line, on the other hand, is the trend line that we are picking from the previous, from the first quarter of the day low, not from the previous day low. First quarter of the day low. Some of the guys that trade sections, we'll call it the Asian section low. All right. For the guys that know ICT, that's what we mean by Asian section low. For the ICT fans in the building. All right. If you're an ICT fan, I believe you would understand what I mean by Asian section low. But largely, the main low is the previous day low, and that is where we want price to go from, or to go to. But we'll see what's going to happen, at least for now. I like what I'm seeing. We just have to pay attention and see what price is going to do. I like the fact that price is trading up. That's exactly what we want. If you go to DXY, of course, it means that our expectation there is being met. Okay, you see how price is going down. Exactly what we want. I get excited whenever I have an expectation and price is, following that expectation. It gives me joy. And you know why it gives me joy? Because I know price is just aligning itself, or maybe is a way of price, telling me that, yeah, I got you, bro. You feel me? So I get excited whenever price is actually behaving the way I want it to behave. So that's that for DXY, and that's that for Euro USD. We are going to come back to them again. Let's go through all the items we have in our watch list. Let's go through all the items we have in our watch list. Okay. My network is crappy. It's not loading up my chat. Come on. All right, so let's go over to British Pound USD. Let's see what's going on British Pound USD. Same story. Price is trading around where? Previous day high. Although the setup here on British Pound is a little bit like this. But regardless, we are going to draw out our trend line. We are not going to waste further time here, because there's no need to start reanalyzing it again from scratch. Just like looking at Euro USD, looking at DXY, we already know the whole analysis around it. All we just need to do is draw a trend line, find the important levels we are waiting for price to break, and we'll move on from there. So I'm just going to draw out the trend line, just like I did for others, just like we did for others. Of course, the previous day low is a very far one. It's all the way down there. It's all the way down there. The buy pressure on British pound is very, very interestingly high compared to that of Euro USD. Because considering the overlay where this trend line is, you will see that British pound is very far from it. British pound is very far from it, which kind of raises a concern that maybe British pound is just in a very bullish trend today. But we'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what's going to happen. So this here is on this British pound USD. Same story. You can target. I'll call this one. Remember, the bottom one is the secondary trend line. Of course, this one is this one is the primary trend line, which is the main trend line. Then the one closer to the price action there is the secondary trend line. So I'll just target. So for record purpose, right? We'll go over to Aussie dollar USD. Aussie dollar USD is looking similar to what British pound is looking like. All of them have an expansion in relativity to the day before, high and low, which means the price can go either ways. But for me, of course, I'll be going with a sell because DXY is looking for a buy. So it only makes sense that you go for a sell. Never you find yourself trading against what market is doing, okay? You just have to find a way and align yourself properly to what price or market is doing. That way you're sure to save yourself from any hassle or unprecedented higgy hagas. So if we take it from the previous day low, that will be around there. This chart is becoming dirty, so I'm going to delete these ones that I'm not using anymore, so that I can have a cleaner chart. I don't like my charts to have a lot of things there. So this is the main trend line, very, very far from it. So I think Aussie dollar is more bullish compared to other self gone. All right. So I'm going to clone this just to get the secondary trend line, which would keep us around there. And even the secondary trend line, the price is very, very far from it. So we might have an Aussie dollar that is very bullish today. But we'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what will happen. We'll see what will happen. We'll see what will happen. Should I tag this one also? There's no need to tag it. All right. So we've already looked at S&P 500, US 30, US Tech, US Oil. Let's touch base on BTC. Let's see what's going on BTC world. Okay, on the world of BTC, on the 5 minute time frame, BTC is looking like it wants to buy on the 5 minute time frame. That doesn't mean that BTC is bullish. Oh, nobody should go and say I say that BTC is bullish. uh You know what we do here? We do day trading. So on the 5 minute time frame, you can see a bullish BTC on the 5 minute time frame. That doesn't mean that the entire structure of BTC is now bullish. I don't know if you guys are following me. I hope you guys are following me. So I don't want to pass the wrong information out there. So I just want to be sure that you guys are with me so that I don't pass the wrong information. All right. So on the 5 minute time frame, BTC is looking good for a buy. Okay. So what we're going to do for BTC, okay, no, it's not looking good for a buy because now I just had a closer look on the internal structure. The internal structure is already violated. I don't like trading it like that, so I'll leave it alone. The internal structure is violated. It would have been nice if they traded down first before going up, but they went up first before down. So for me, it's a violation, and I'm not interested in that. So we're going to leave that alone. Maybe in the afternoon section, we'll come back to it. Okay? All right. On the other hand, we have gold. What do we see happening on gold? Gold, on the other hand, we have some misalignment on it. And the reason why I say I have some misalignment on it is I'm looking at the daily trend here. And I am now using that in relativity to the external structure of the day compared to the internal structure of the day, and I don't think I would want to take it because the external structure of the day is kind of pointing us for a sell, whereas the internal structure also seems like it's aligning itself for that sell, but the daily trend is pointing for a buy. So you see there is a misalignment in there, so we'll leave it alone. No need to look at it second time, because if you start looking at it second time, you might end up finding yourself forcing in a trade that you shouldn't be doing, right? So we'll leave it alone. Here is USD Swiss franc. Ideally, USD Swiss franc most times are good, but due to the slippage I normally see on XNS, I hardly go for them. So that's why you will see me skipping them most of the time. But not all the time. Not all the time that's the case anyway. That's not the case all the time. Because there are times the slippage is actually small. But most of the time the slippage are huge, and I don't like trading markets with big slippage. Alright? Okay. So here is our Euro British Pound. Euro British Pound is looking very bearish, but considering where price is at, I don't want to be selling it because price is actually in the bullish territory. It is not in the bearish territory, it's in the bullish territory. So nothing for us in the morning section. Maybe in the afternoon section we might see something, but for now we'll leave it alone. USD Japanese yen. USD Japanese yen is looking good. Although I want to point something out. I don't know what I did to this guy. You see this USD Japanese yen? I don't know what I did to this guy. Anytime I will trade this guy, it's either it doesn't hit my TP, or it will delay me up to the point where I get so tired I either break even, or it will hit my stop loss. I don't know why. I don't know what I've done to USD JPY. I don't think if I open my history now, I will see where I will see USD JPY giving me a profit. I don't think I've seen it. But the funny thing is, the setup always looks good. The setup always looks fantastic. But once I enter, it will start either delaying so much, or it will start, I don't know, but it's just not fun. So just because of that, I won't be trading it. But I looking at it, I see a very good setup in it. But just because of the fact that my good luck charm is not here, that's why I will leave it. But I will just get the drawing out. I will even move it to the top, because looking at the internal structure is looking good. The external structure is looking good. If you look at the PD array, it is actually in the bullish territory, which is where we want it to be. You can see it's in the bullish territory. If you divide it into half, do you see that red line? It's in the bullish territory. It's in the bullish territory, you know, and USD JPY moves positively with DXY. So since DXY is buying, we expect it to buy, you know, but for some reason that I don't know what it is, USD JPY is not so favorable to me. But I'm going to draw out the trend line regardless. And who knows, maybe I might trade it today again, but I would try as much as possible to avoid it, because I don't know. I don't have good luck charm when it comes to it. But let's draw out our trend line regardless. You know, there's always a first time. Maybe this year is the year USD JPY will want to be my friend. But throughout last year, there is a serious beef between me and USD JPY. I don't know what I did to the guy, but the guy is very, very adamant in making sure that it doesn't give me any profit. And one thing I like about this particular guy here is because of the liquidity that it built up. Like I always tell you guys, the setup always looks very, very juicy. But if I enter now, you will see it will start Johnson. You look at the build up, there is not much fair value gap. All of them are tightly closed. Any fair value gap that was left, price took it away. So if price is able to break this trend line, for me, it's a clear path to the TP, because there is not much resistance. I'm not seeing much resistance that we might face, to be honest. But just for the reason that USD JPY, no, they like give me profit, I go sit on the side and watch it. I'll sit on the side and watch it. All right. So for me, like I said before, this guy is the main trend line I would want to use, and that's the guy. But at the same time, I would want to clone another trend line and see if I can dubiously speculate that trend line here, which apparently is still the same with the other one. So I might just leave the other one. So I will just leave that one. I'll move this guy to the top because the setup aligns with what we want. So I'm going to move USD JPY to the top of our watch list. We'll just keep it there. All right. So let's continue our analysis. Okay. All right. $AUD CHF, looking at the daily trend and the external structure, it's not aligned. There is no need to look at it again. We'll move on to the next item. Canadian CHF, not aligned. It's not trading where we want it. It's not looking interesting. I'll leave it alone. New Zealand CHF, of course. Let me see what we have here. Okay, we have a very tight ranging market. Price came down. Well, I will assume this not to be a breakout here. So I'm assuming this is the manipulation. So for me, I think this New Zealand CHF might want to sell, but due to the slippage, I will leave it alone. I'm sure if I go to XNS, let me even go to XNS. Let me see the slippage on XNS. Let me see how that correlates. So New Zealand CHF. So this is New Zealand CHF here. Yeah, you see the slippage is almost 1 pip, 1.5 pips. So that's the thing I don't like about it. Do you see it? Do you see this is the pips here. It's very huge. That's the pips there. It's very huge. So I'm not going to trade it. That 1.5 pips is enough to give us something, but I'm not ready to be trading market that will stress me. Let's look at HK. HK on the other hand, I'll leave HK alone. Look at this. Aussie dollar AUX 200 is looking, no, the internal structure is looking very crappy. Not going to go for that. JP 225 not looking good. So now we've gone through all the items we have in our watch list. I think I want to record this part of the program so that I would make a video out of it. Okay, so right now we've gone through all the items we have in our watch list. For the guys that are in the live streaming section, I believe you guys saw us go through them one after the other, the conversations, the knowledge shared, the expectations, and the reason why we left other guys untouched. So for us in this morning section, what we are aiming to look out for is, see the DXY trade already is making the moves. I get excited when price just does what I expect. It's very, very fun. I love to see it. All right, so let me not get excited because nothing exciting yet is confirmed, but I like the fact that we speculated for price to go down first. You saw how they went down first. We speculated after going down. We expect them to start coming back up. Now you can see they are coming back up. So what we need now is for them to continue trading back up until they give us the confirmation. And what is the confirmation? The confirmation, like I told you guys, is we have two trend lines here. The secondary trend line, which is this one here. So I'm going to target secondary trend line. We have the secondary trend line there and the primary trend line. So I will tell you guys the two difference, all right? And why I call the other one secondary and the other one primary trend line. So I want you to see secondary trend line as the confirmation that we want, but not the main confirmation. Let me put it that way, all right? Or let me use percentage for example. So what's the probability of price breaking the secondary trend line and hitting our TP? The percentage of that happening is, let's give it, let's call it a 50-50. So there's a 50-50 chance that it will hit our TP, and there's a 50-50 chance that it will hit our stop loss. But when it comes to the primary trend line, what is the possibility that the primary trend line will reach our TP against hitting our stop loss? Well, the probability of that happening is, I would say, 70-30. 30% that it will hit our stop loss, 70% it will hit our TP. And my reason is that the primary trend line you see there, we picked it from the previous day high, whereas the secondary trend line, we picked it from the current day Q1 high. For the guys that are trading ICT or the session approach, they call it the Asian high. So we are picking the trend from the secondary trend line from the Asia high, whereas we are picking the trend on the primary trend line from the previous day high. And you know what I always tell you guys, price is what? Fractal. Price is fractal. And in the hierarchy of the fractal, oh my god, English. Oh my god. In the context of the fractal approach, the bigger guy supersedes the smaller guy. The same way you will see a trend you see in a 1 minute time frame, if you compare it to a trend you see on the 1 hour time frame, the 1 hour time frame supersedes the trend in the 1 minute time frame. I don't know if I'm making sense. So we picked a trend from the previous day high, and we are picking a trend in the current day high. It means the one in the previous day high covers the current day because the current day is still forming, right? Does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense, I don't know whichever way to explain it to you. But just know that the secondary trend line is a weaker confirmation compared to the primary trend line. So the primary trend line holds a much more stronger confirmation compared to the secondary trend line. With that said, that doesn't mean that if I see a crossover in this secondary trend line that I will not trade it. I will trade it, and I will trade it like my life depends on it. All right, I just wanted to let you guys know that we've gone through the watch list. Let me not digress. We've gone through the watch list, and we've picked out the markets that are aligned to what we expect. And the markets that are aligned to what we expect for today, being the 6th January 2026, is or are rather DXY, Euro USD, British Pound USD, Aussie Dollar USD, and USD JPY. And do you know how we came about all of them? Just by understanding what DXY is doing, Joe. You know? I tell you guys, this is not me being proud. I'm telling you, it's knowledge sharing. It's knowledge. If you doubt it, go and do your research about currency correlation. You will see it. You will see it. You will see it. Euro USD goes the opposite direction of whatever DXY is doing. If DXY is going up, Euro USD is going down. On the other hand, USD Japanese yen, if DXY is going up, expect USD Japanese yen to follow that same trend, and it will go up too. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. You know, it's not hard. Well, it is hard when you now have to find out the direction and, manage the trade and everything. But I'm just saying, you can look at one chart, and from what that chart is doing, you can tell what the other guy is doing without even looking at the other guy. That's all I'm just trying to let you guys know. So those are the guys that we are going to focus on this morning section. So I'm going to stop the recording now. I think I've picked out the important parts. So for the guys that are in the live streaming with me, let's now enter the boring part of the game. And the boring part of the game is what? Is now the time we are going to spend in waiting for the confirmation to come, and the time we are going to spend, waiting for all of that to play out. All of that to play out. So that's the boring part of the game right now. Okay? But am I excited that the first expectation we wanted, that price did it? Yes, I am excited. Are we excited that we have a Euro USD that is following what DXY is doing? Yes, we are excited. Are we excited that the external and internal structure of what Euro USD is doing? Yes, we're excited. Are we excited on what British Pound is doing? Yes, I am excited. I tell you guys this, I don't need to look at these guys. You don't. You see that thing I told you. I told you guys about something about Aussie Dollar USD being more bullish compared to the others. What do you see? Do you see where Aussie Dollar is trading at? Do you see where the secondary trend line of Aussie Dollar is at? If you compare the distance between them, if you compare it with what we are seeing here on British Pound, do you see that British Pound is almost close to its own trend line? Same thing with Euro USD. Euro USD is almost close to its own trend line. All right, but Euro USD is a bit far compared to British pound though. So I think British pound is even the guy that is more in tune. But I would want to see the distance in the DXY also, because we need to compare them in relativity to the distance and everything. But most importantly, our focus is on DXY because that's where I would want to get my confirmation from. So I'm going to delete this drawing because now the chart is becoming a little bit messy. So we are going to spend more of our time here. We're going to spend of our time here and see what's going to happen. Once we get the crossover, we'll enter. If we don't get the crossover, we'll leave it alone. So for me, just to prep the trading environment, I don't need you. Okay, Euro USD, I need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. Another one I would like to open is British pound. I would like to open British pound. Just stay here. I like this fair value gap at the top of British pound. I think British pound is more like what I might want to sell this morning. But let's not get ahead of ourselves until we see the confirmation. That's the only time we would execute. So now I have I don't think I'll be trading Aussie dollar USD this morning. If we see any confirmation, I don't think I'll be trading Aussie dollar, because for me, I think Aussie dollar kind of looks like it's more bullish, or it has a more bullish intention compared to the likes of the Euro USD and British pound USD. All right, that's it. I'm going to put the music to be playing in the background, and I would put our focus here on DXY, and we'll be checking the measure pairs in the likes of Euro USD and British pound USD from time to time. I also would want to see what USD JPY is going to do, but I'm not going to be trading it because I've had bad experience with it. So not like I've had bad experience, but yeah, it's a bad experience. No, it's not a bad experience. It's actually a good experience. But the point I'm just trying to portray here is the fact that USD JPY hardly gives me TP. I don't think I can remember any point where USD JPY actually gave me a profit. So that's why I will not be trading it. So for me, my focus is entirely on these two guys, British pound USD and Euro USD. That's where my focus is. This moon choker just took light now. This moon choker just took light right now. So we are waiting for the confirmation on DXY. Once we get the confirmation on DXY, of course, we will be jumping on it like our life depends on it. So like I always say, guys, if you're joining us, we do this every day. We release video every day. The trades that we took yesterday, we have the video in the channel. Go there, you will see them live. No BS, no mago, no shady deals here. Everything is documented. We have video on them. We have shots on them. If you don't want to watch the long video, go to the shorts, you will see it there. The short is not even up to a minute. If you go there, you'll see it. The trade we took on UX 500, the one we took on UX oil, the one we took on UX 30, the one we took on Euro USD yesterday, we have them all documented in the video. You can go on the channel and you'll see them. And if you're joining us and you've not yet subscribed, just know that we do this every day. So if you're interested, feel free to subscribe, turn on the notification, and make sure you like and share our videos so that, of course, the algorithm will suggest this video to other people and we can build this community together. I have a Discord channel. For the guys that would want to join the Discord channel, it's totally free. We don't ask you to pay anything. It's totally free, at least for now. When I'll start buying GLE and I'll start flaunting it on the social media in the likes of other expert traders out there, you know, living the Forex lifestyle, I think I'll start asking people to pay then. But now it's totally free, because if you follow me now, it means you believe in what we do here. regardless of the results you see, you believe in what we do here and you believe in the potentiality of FX adventure. But when we start growing and we'll get bigger, then if you want my expertise, I will tell you to pay, of course. But now nobody's paying for anything. The Discord channel is totally free. If you want to join, use the chat section, let me know. I'll send you the link, or the comment section, I will drop you the link to join. It's totally free, like I said before. What are the importance of joining the Discord channel? The importance of joining the Discord channel is that there are times we'll be on the live streaming section and maybe I have something else to do and I need to drop off. All other communication is there in the Discord channel. If I have set up, I drop it in the Discord channel. If I have trade that we are currently holding, maybe we want to adjust it, or maybe there is need for us to take profit before the TP, or there is need for us to adjust our stop loss, all those communications and information happens on the Discord channel. So I would largely advise that you get yourself to the Discord channel. That way you'll be more closer to the community and be more closer to what we do here. All right. So with that said, guys, let's sit back. If you have popcorn, get your popcorn ready, get your drink ready, get whatever thing you like to chill ready. If you have any work, or you're working, while you're working, make sure your headset or your YouTube is plugged on your stereo, so that if we have any information here, you will most likely get them in real time. Okay? All right. With this, let's see if we're going to get the crossover. Let's see if we are going to get the crossover that we deserve. Let's see if we're going to get the crossover that we deserve. My network is messing up right now. British pound USD. It's about, or rather, it's already testing the trend line. Let's see how the momentum would look like. So we have British pound USD currently hovering around the secondary trend line. We also have similar thing happening on Euro USD, which we are not surprised because these are part of our expectations, and so we are not surprised that it's happening, right? DXY on the other hand, similar thing, is heading towards its own primary trend line. The way I'm seeing it, maybe, just maybe, it's not casted on concrete. Maybe with my experience, British pound, okay, British pound is actually rejecting that trend line. Let's see what Euro USD is doing. Euro USD is just looking like it's still coming down, and small rejection coming in around DXY. Nothing exciting yet is going on. We just have to fold our arms and wait. We just have to fold our arms and wait patiently. Just have to fold our arms and wait patiently. So, but if I get a crossover on British pound USD before I get a crossover on DXY, maybe I will jump on it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I need to make a quick call. Where is my phone? Euro USD just tested its own trend line. So everybody has tested their own trend line. The only guy, let me see. Okay, well, DXY is yet to test its own trend line, but you can see there is some pressure coming in around there, some buy pressure coming in around there. Euro USD not yet broken, but at least you can see there is an attempt because of the pressure that is driving price down. British pound USD also, there is an attempt, but it's yet to break it. All of them are being rejected, at least for now, except Euro USD. Except Euro USD is the one that is okay. It's not being rejected. Yeah, I expect it to be rejected a little bit. But overall, I would love to see DXY taking the lead, but it seems like DXY is the one lagging behind. I would want to see DXY taking the lead in breaking out of that trend line. But as it stands now, it seems like Euro USD is the one, trying to be in the forefront, which I don't like. Ideally, I like it to be DXY, but we'll see. Only time will tell. We'll see what time has for us. Time will tell. Time will tell. Around 9:30, I might be. Yeah, it's been rejected. Start rejection there. So immediately price came close to the trend line. Do you see the rejection there? Price is pushing back up. Price is trying to push back up. And all of this is a sign. When price will be doing this, it's a sign for you to know that one thing is sure, that this trend line is an active trend line. The trend line holds some value. It might not hold enough value, but there are some little tiny value there. For the fact that price came close to it and is being rejected, it means there's some value in there. It means that there are participants in there. There are bulls participating there, which is good, because it's only a good sign to tell us that, yeah, since there are participants there, then there is high chances that if it gets broken, that we are going to be in the right path. But for now, nothing exciting is going on there. Pretty much price is rejecting, and we just have to wait and see. All right, in the meantime, stick around. I will be going straight to my phone. I need to make a quick call. Where is my phone? Let me get my phone. But I'm right here. I'm not going nowhere. So, like I told you guys, this is the boring part of the game, where we just have to sit and wait until we see anything, until we see the confirmation we are looking for. We will keep on waiting until something happens. All right? Enjoy the music in the background, and once we get the confirmation, of course, we will take it right here on FX Adventure